So guys, welcome back to another video. Before we get involved, I'm going to be answering a question from the comment section. One of the most popular ones that you guys have asked. It can be traitors related, it can be yachting related, it can be lifestyle related, it can be gym related. It doesn't matter, but I'll be answering it at the end of the video. So guys, my most asked question on Instagram by far has to be, what is your OnlyFans link? And I've told you all before, look, I'm not going to be able to give it to you. This is only for exclusives and VIPs only. You're going to have to work hard on that for it. But the next question, number 2, is, Aaron, how do I get into the next season of The Traitors? Can you help me? Can you give me some advice? So today, I'm going to be giving you my top 3 tips on how to get into The Traitors. This is advice, tips that I used to get obviously on season 1. So if you guys use it and apply it to your own interview process, it should get you further than you initially thought. I guarantee it will help a lot of you, so just stick around for all 3 top tips. So before I give you the tips, I want you to picture this. Right now there's going to be a producer somewhere. That producer is going to be in an office. That office is going to have a whiteboard. That whiteboard is going to have 22 different boxes on the whiteboard with question marks inside. Now, each single box represents a player that goes in The Traitors. So just bear that in mind for these 3 tips. So, tip number 1. I want you guys to ask yourselves this. I'll do it to myself. What is Aaron Evans' best 2 or 3 qualities? I would say enthusiasm, firstly. Secondly, when I entered The Traitors, at the time I was an estate agent, so I thought I knew everything about sales. I thought I could read people like a book. I thought I could sell to anybody and influence anybody. So these were kind of like my top 2 personality traits that kind of carried me through the whole process of the interviews. Now, I want you guys to ask yourselves the same question. I want you to go to your friends, I want you to go to your family, and then I want you to write that down on a piece of paper. Once you've got that written on a piece of paper, what I want you to then do is double down on these traits. What I mean by doubling down on these traits, exaggerate that for yourself. So if you're logical thinking, come across as you're logical thinking. If you're super enthusiastic, come across as you're super enthusiastic. If you're smart, come across as you're smart. If you're like a bit ditzy, come across that you're dipsy. Ditzy. Because when they look at these boxes, they're gonna have exactly these personality traits next to each one of them. They wanna make sure that each person that they fill this box with is gonna have these personality traits. They don't wanna have like if, maybe, or buts. They want to have essentially absolutes, guarantees, 100% definites. Like, this person is going to be so sure that this is them, that they're going to go for them instead of the people that kind of think they're enthusiastic but they're not that enthusiastic, or they're not that ditzy, or they're not that funny. Like, they're not going to choose these people. They're going to choose the people that they think are best fit for them boxes. So that is tip number 1, guys. Find out what your top 2 qualities, 3 qualities are, and then double down on them. Tip number 2, as you all may know, it is called The Traitors. The Traitors has 22 contestants in it. Them 22 contestants comprise of 19 faithfuls and 3 traitors. You have to choose whether you want to be a traitor or you want to be a faithful. I would say from either at the very start or very early on. Once you've decided what you want to be, for example, if you're a faithful, you want to use tip number 1 to state why you'd be a good faithful and why you'd be good at catching the traitor. For example, Aaron Evans, oh, I'm an estate agent. I'm so good at reading body language. I'll be able to find traitors easily. I'm super observant. I can sell to anyone. I can convince anyone. I can do this, I can do that. And whilst I was doing all of that as well, I was being super enthusiastic about it. I was being super reassuring about it. I was guaranteeing them that that is exactly what I was going to do. I was going to find a traitor through hell on earth. That is exactly what I was going to do. Now, I was never a traitor, but I can imagine it's exactly the same for the traitor. For whatever reason, you're going to tell them that from tip number 1, and that the characteristics that you hold essentially are going to make you a good traitor. Like, why would you become a good traitor? What makes you better than any of the other traitors that are out there? You've got to think, guys, that there's hundreds, if not thousands, there is thousands actually of applications coming through. These guys want to know that you are going to be the best of the best in your field. It's as simple as that.
That's me. I'm so glad I just finished that section, because I was fucking talking for ages then. And if you would have walked in 2 seconds earlier, I would have had to start it all again. And I was like, fuck that.
What are you filming?
What am I filming it? Like advice and stuff for getting on the traitors. Because I get asked it like every day.
How to get onto the traitors.
How to get onto the traitors, yeah.
Now tip number 3 kind of comes in when you're through your final stages, and it kind of works for most things in showbiz, but become easy to work with. And what I mean by becoming easy to work with is if someone asks you to do something, do it. If they ask you for a date or a time, work around them. Don't let them work around you, because trust me, they have got busier schedules, and I've got no doubt that you will be pushed to the side if you become difficult to work with. It's as simple as that. If you can't do certain things for them, then straight away they'll just disregard you and you will not hear from them again. So that is tip number 3. My last little tip is just be yourself. Like, it's so much easier to be yourself than it is to be someone else. So through the whole process, like, just being yourself is a lot easier. So I'd say always stick to that. Don't try and replicate or copy other people's personalities, because you've seen that's what works on the show. That might not be what they're going for season 3. So just be yourself, guys, because at the end of the day it'll be a lot easier, and it'll be a lot easier to keep up as well. So if you've liked that video, if this will help you out at all, which I guarantee it will, please drop a little subscribe below. Please have a little like as well, and I will hopefully see you on the next video. Mucho love. So guys, I've got my question of the day. It's from Motor Musque, and it says, are you still mates with Matt? Seems like you were really upset when he left. So it's a traitors related question. Are you still mates with Matt? Yes, I am still friends with him. We speak every kind of week or so, just checking with each other to see how we're doing. Seemed like you were really upset when he left. I was upset. You guys, like, when you're in on this show, even once you're in episode 4 or 5, you spent the best part of 10 days together, 16 hours every single day. You bond very quickly, and you've been put in a situation where you don't have phones, you don't have friends, you don't have family. So these people are all that you got, so they become your friends and your family. Again, thank you so much for watching the video. Like and subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and I will see you in the next video.